The other thing you should do if you're not very industrious is discipline yourself.
Most people never hit their goals because they don't structure their life towards actually accomplishing those goals.
And we live in a world where energy is even more valuable than intelligence.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time. Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and this channel is created to help you overcome the #1 challenge that is holding you back, a lack of belief in yourself. You watch these videos because you know there's something more inside you too. You have Michael Jordan level talent at something. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee and sip on today's message from Jordan Peterson. Also, if you want to have more confidence and self-love, check out my 254 series. They're free. The link to join are in the description below.
If you're going to speak effectively, you have to know way more than you're talking about. The other thing you should do if you're not very industrious is discipline yourself. And so what do you do with that? Eat 3 times a day at regular meal times. That's a good thing to practice because that starts to put some stability into your life. Get up at the same time. I would highly recommend all those young people out there who are listening, like, you want to get a jump on life, get the hell out of bed in the morning. You know, as I've got older, I've got up earlier and earlier. Now that's partly because you don't need as much sleep, but it's also partly because I've got more and more disciplined. Like, get up early in the morning and get your things done. Man, learn to get up at 6 in the morning and you'll be one deadly creature, especially if you can get to work. You'll have half your damn day done by the time other people haul their sorry asses out of bed. And so that's a massive, massive advantage. Look, Warren Farrell, not the comedian, Warren Farrell, the author, he outlined data in Why Men Earn More, which is a book I would recommend, by the way, showing that if you work 13% longer hours, you make 40% more money. It's nonlinear. So you think, why is that? Well, imagine you had 10 employees and one of them works an extra 10%. It's not much. Well, how often is that person going to be promoted, assuming you have a clue as a boss? It's like you're going to look at the 10 people and you're going to think, oh, that guy's always here like 45 minutes early. It's like, why don't we give him the promotion? Obviously, right? So these small edges that you can manage like that, work an extra 10%, extra 13%, have non-proportional payoffs. That's part of the Pareto distribution. So get your sleep cycle organized so you get up in the morning. Learn how to do it. No excuses. I'm too tired in the morning. I don't like mornings. Who cares? That's not relevant. It's like discipline yourself so you can manage it. Schedule your meals because that's a good disciplinary routine. And then learn to use a calendar like Google Calendar. Many of you out there do not use a calendar. Okay, a calendar is not a prison and it's not a tyrant. Not if you use it properly. A calendar keeps anxiety at bay. It makes sure that you do what you need to do, which is important because otherwise you fall behind. But if you use it properly, it also helps you plan what you want to do. So I could say, well, lay out your damn calendar and design the days you would like to have. That's what your calendar is for. So you can put in all sorts of things in there you want to do and that would be good for you. And that's a really good way to start being more industrious. Make a plan. You need a plan for 3 years. You need a plan for the next year. You need a plan for the next 6 months. You need a plan for the next 3 months. You need a plan for the week. You need a plan for the day. You need a plan for the hour. All of that. I make lists constantly of what I have to do. And they're like daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. Right now, I can't look out more than about 6 months, because my life is too complicated and chaotic. But you need a vision of who you could be, what character you could have. 3 to 5 years out, you can't go much farther than that because life is too unpredictable, I think, to make vision that's longer term than that subject to, there's too much chance associated with it to spend a lot of time on. Maybe you can stretch it to 5 years, and in rare cases you can have a 10-year goal, but it has to be pretty low resolution. But you want plans at all those levels of resolution. You want to write the things down. And because what are you going to do? You're going to stumble around and get what you need? You're going to stumble around and be useful to other people? And it's useful to be useful to other people, They want to work with you then. They want to do things with you. They want to have you around. They trust you. They open up opportunities for you. And if you stumble around like you're blind, you're not going to get anywhere. And then you're going to suffer. And then you're going to be bitter. And then you're going to be cruel. So that's hell. That's a bad outcome.
Most people never hit their goals because they don't structure their life towards actually accomplishing those goals. You can say that you want something. You can say that this is your ambition and your goal, but unless it's in your calendar, unless you start actually working towards it, you're never going to accomplish it. Dreams stay dreams because there is no momentum. Let's talk about how to get it. One of the common questions I get asked when I'm doing my live stream, when I'm doing my interviews, when I'm doing my tour, my stops, people almost always will ask me, how many hours sleep do you get? When you go to bed, when you get up, how much do you sleep every night? Right now, I'm sleeping 9 hours a day. I sleep 9 hours. I did a sleep study. I was sleeping around 8 and was still tired when I woke up. And so I went and did an overnight sleep study, and he told me, I'm looking for the hack. I'm like, hey, you're deficient in magnesium, so just take these and you can sleep 7 and be normal. He said, no, nothing wrong with you. You just need to sleep 9 hours a night. That's healthy for you. It's like, what? That's healthy? Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? Nobody sleeps 9 hours a night. It's like, yeah, between 6 and 10 is actually, that's the normal range. The whole 8 hours a night is a myth. So I felt bad, and I'm still trying to hack it. So I sleep 9 hours a night. I don't wake up to an alarm. And people assume that I'm only sleeping 3, 4, or 5 hours a night because of how productive I am during the day. This is it, right? You could sleep 12 hours a night and crush it in the other 12 hours. Most people default to thinking they need to wake up an hour early. Say, well, if I wake up at 5 a.m. or at 4 a.m., I'm going to be more productive. If you are not productive for 16 hours a day, then adding an extra hour to that's not going to make you that much more productive. The problem isn't what time you wake up. The problem is what you're doing with the hours that you're awake. And so as much as possible, what I try to do is make every second intentional. I'm not always able to achieve that, especially not every second, but I try to make everything intentional. I try to make where I'm spending time is intentional. I'm in the present. I'm not thinking about something else. I'm here with you guys making this video right now. All I think about is this video that I'm making for you right now. Where's Nina right now? I don't know. Where's my cell phone? Well, it's right here because I can see it. But where are my keys? I don't know. Where are my dogs? I don't know. What am I doing after this? I have no idea. I'm focused and I'm with you right now. Most people live in the past. Most people are thinking about what could have been. Most people are regretting the decisions that they made, and they're procrastinating because they're afraid of doing things, because they don't want to do things. All things that prevent you from actually doing. That's the biggest problem. You're a genius. You're the best in the world at something. You can go off and make amazing things. The problem is your time is not being used efficiently. It's not being used effectively either. You haven't structured your life to help you accomplish your goals. Look at your big goals. Look at your big goals. Like, what's the next big goal that you have for yourself? You may not have one. If you don't have one, then you got to figure out what your purpose is, because that's the greatest thing of all time, right? Get the book, Built to Serve. You'll figure it out. You'll be ignited. But your next big goal, now look at your calendar. Are you aligning what's in your calendar, your daily habits, towards you accomplishing your goals? And for most people, it's no. Or you have it listed, but you're not doing it because you look at it and you get afraid and you procrastinate on it. So trying to cut that down to almost zero. Even before making these videos, before making Entspresso videos, I have a couple minutes of procrastination. I go and make sure I get my water. I go and maybe have a keto bar, just pacing around a little bit because I'm nervous about making the videos, because I want them to be the best videos that I've ever made. It's always my intention. But too many people live in hours or days or months of procrastination instead of doing it. You get the results by doing. It's the only way. You will never get the results by just thinking about it. You can be motivated, amazing. You can have the mindset, awesome. That's half the equation. The other half is doing. You have to actually just go out there and do. You need to structure your life to allow you to accomplish your goals. I'm going to give you a 3-step process that will help. Step number 1 is start with the mission and work backwards. So the mission is lifetime. The mission is lifetime, not what specifically you're going to be doing, but your purpose comes from your pain. We've talked about that a lot on this channel. I love helping entrepreneurs because I struggled so much as an entrepreneur. Whoever you used to be, where you struggled and felt the most worthless, you will love helping those people for the rest of your life. That will never get old. How you do it will change a lot. Right now I'm doing it through YouTube videos, I'm doing it through books, I'm doing it through my tours, all of that. But it's going to change. In 10 years, it'll be different. Maybe YouTube's not around. Maybe people don't have paper books anymore. You know, there's going to be lots of changes that come. But that mission, that purpose will never change. It will never change. And when you figure out what it is for you, it will never change as well. So start with your mission and then you start working backwards. Step number 2 is to understand that your success is habits. Your success is habits. What you do on a regular basis is what you're going to accomplish. You can eat a chocolate bar and be on a diet and not get fat. But if you're eating a chocolate bar every day, you're gonna get fat. You're not on a diet anymore. Similarly, if you eat salad once a week, it's not enough, right? You are what you consistently do. Your success comes from doing habits. And entrepreneurs are typically great starters, but not great at being consistent. And that's the problem. Working your face off for a 48-hour stretch isn't gonna do anything for you. It's every single day working, even if it's only an hour a day. That dream that you have, that business that you wanted to start, that business that you want to take to the next level, it could be there. It could have been there already. It could have been there already. The problem is you've been sitting on that idea for 3 months, 6 months, 4 years without doing enough on it. Little tiny starts, it's not enough. Every day, I'm talking every single day, making progress towards you actually accomplishing that thing. You want that life? You have to do it every day. And step number 3 is no 10-year goals. Now, what was interesting in this video is Jordan first talks about having a 3-year goal for yourself, and then he said for himself he can't plan for more than 6 months because his life is too chaotic and too much stuff going on. I think that's actually the sign of a healthy life. Like, there's no way you know where you're gonna be in 3 years. There's no way you're gonna know where you're gonna be in 10 years. That's crazy. But 3 years is crazy too. There's no way. I'm about to leave on my tour from January to April 2020, and I'm gonna come back a different person. In April, I'm gonna be a different person than when I left, when I'm about to leave, coming up now, right? So I don't know what I'm gonna be doing after that. I have no idea. I mean, it's still gonna be within the confines of my mission, right? I'm still gonna be doing work to help entrepreneurs. So maybe I come back and say, I don't wanna do YouTube anymore. That's it, I'm done. Enjoy these last videos, and I'm gonna move on and do something else, right? So I don't think you can have an accurate 3-year plan. Don't even try. Don't, like this, people get stressed out about having the perfect 3-year plan. There's no way. Like if you hate your 3-year plan, you're thinking small. The idea, like think of who you were 3 years ago, right? Let alone 5 years ago or 10 years ago. Just take 3 years ago. Who you were 3 years ago. Could you accurately predict where you are right now? There's no way, not if you're growing. Like Jordan said, he starts off saying 3-year plan and then goes down and says, well, I can only do 6 months. I think that should be normal. Like I think 6 months should be the very end. 6 months should be the very upper limit. If you're growing, if you're learning, if you're investing into yourself. But if you are a different person than you were 3 years ago, what makes you think with any degree of confidence that you're gonna be able to predict your life 3 years out? There's no way. You can't. So don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. Don't sit there and have this plan for the next 3 years. You're not going to hit that plan. That's not your goal. Your goal is to move closer to your mission, and you have to be flexible enough to take the opportunities as they come. I was talking to Jeremy, who's working with me on my YouTube business and consulting and coaching people to help them grow. And he was asking me about New Year's resolutions. Like, I don't do New Year's resolutions. You're crazy. You think you know where you're going to be next year? There's no way. First off, New Year's resolutions I hate because if it's December 22nd and you're setting a New Year's resolution, I think you suck. You're teaching yourself that you suck. You don't suck as a human. The mindset that you're telling yourself is that you suck. Whenever you say, I have a goal that's really important to me, but I'm gonna start it in a week, or I'm gonna start it on Monday, or I'm gonna start it when you've already lost. The mind game here is you suck. That's what you're telling yourself. I suck. The only way through is I'm gonna start today. You want to start 2020 or next year and have perfect health? Great, you start today. Get on the floor, do 10 push-ups, do whatever max you can do. Eat a salad, like you start today. Build momentum. You're missing momentum. So he asked me, what's my 2020 resolution? I don't have it. Dude, don't think that way. If I even had an idea for what I was going to do, I would be doing it right now. Right now. Right now. But then on top of that, like, look at your life. Look at where you were last year. Look at where you were at the start of this year, right? 2019. Where were you at the start of 2019? You were at a grocery store. And then I called you when I was on the road in Texas and said, hey, do you want to start a YouTube consulting business together? And I'll teach you everything I know. You couldn't predict that. You could have had this perfect plan for how you're going to move up and become a manager at this grocery store. Right? Instead, now he's running his own business and he's got a 6-figure business inside of 6 months from not knowing anything about it because of mentorship and training and connections and resources and ideas. And he's getting great results for his clients. Right? If you're growing and learning and exposing yourself to new opportunities, you'll be it's like you're shedding your skin and you're a new person every 6 months at the very max. So I agree with Jordan that 6 months should be the max and that 3 years don't even try. Don't even worry about it. Let alone 5 years, let alone 10 years. Go do you. You're growing, you're learning, you're amazing. Stop trying to plan for where you're gonna be in 10 years. Make it happen today. Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy. But before that, question of the day, I wanna know, what is the number one habit that you need to start incorporating more consistently into your life? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you made it this far and you're still watching, I wanna celebrate you. Give me a hashtag believe in the comments as well.
The way you begin each day sets up the way you live each day. I mean, the Spartan warriors said it so well. Sweat more in training, bleed less in war. And if you want to be literally undefeatable in business, literally unstoppable in life, you really want to dial in your morning routine. And so you want to do things like starting the day sweating, because that releases BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, that repairs brain cells from stress. You want to sweat because that's going to increase your metabolic rate, which is going to give you energy. And we live in a world where energy is even more valuable than intelligence. You want to, in your morning routine, take the time to write in a journal so you actually can detect your values, reconnect with your goals each day, get to know yourself even more, because awareness is the beginning of transformation. And you want to get your morning routine right so you take some time at the front end of your day to learn. Because as you learn more, you know you're going to achieve more. And as you understand better, you can achieve larger.
If you want to know how Sarah Blakely manifests her ideas, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.